I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today we're talking about something that's not just a hobby or a trend, it's a full-blown revolution. We're talking about food forests, permaculture, and how you can grow your own freedom, literally, right in your backyard, your balcony, or even your tiny apartment. And let me tell you, after digging into this incredible interview with Gale and Younkins from Food Forest Abundance, I am fired up about what this means for all of us. So, let's start with the big picture. Our food system is under attack, no question about it. Between the slaughter of egg-laying chickens, the spraying of toxic chemtrails, the geoengineering madness, and the corporate takeover of our food supply. It's clearer than ever that we can't rely on grocery stores or governments to feed us. But here's the good news. You don't have to. Gale and Younkins are proving that anyone, yes, anyone, can grow their own food, create their own abundant ecosystem, and decentralize their food supply in a way that's not just sustainable, but thriving. And the best part? It's easier than you think. Now, let's break this down. First off, what the heck is a food forest? Think of it as the ultimate self-sustaining garden, but way smarter. Instead of planting rows of veggies that you have to replant every year, a food forest is designed with perennial plants, plants that come back year after year, that work together like a natural ecosystem. You've got fruit trees, berry bushes, herbs, nitrogen-fixing plants, and ground covers all supporting each other. Once it's set up, it's low maintenance, high yield, and packed with nutrition. Jim put it perfectly. Nature does all the hard work. The sun and the water and the light turn soil into food. Isn't that magical? Yes, Jim, it is magical, and it's also totally doable. But here's where it gets even better. You don't need a huge plot of land to start. Rob made it clear. You can grow a food forest on a condo balcony, in raised beds, or even indoors with grow lights. One of their clients, a former chef, grows 22 different herbs and small trees on his 8 by 10-foot deck. That's right, no yard, no problem. And if you do have space, sweet potatoes are your new best friend. Rob called them the gateway drug to food forests because they're easy to grow, thrive in sandy soil, and produce massive yields. We're talking 5 to 10-pound clusters from a single plant. Todd Pittner, who installed his own food forest, said he went from 4 banana trees to 25 in just 18 months without being a master gardener. The plants multiply themselves. That's the power of working with nature, not against it. Now let's talk about why this matters beyond just putting food on the table. Jim dropped a truth bomb. The foundation of wealth is nature. Think about that. Gold and silver are great, but you can't eat them. During World War II, people in Taiwan were trading entire apartment buildings for a single duck because food was that scarce. A food forest? That's real wealth. It's an asset that keeps giving, year after year. And in a world where the dollar is losing value by the day, investing in something that feeds your family, heals your body, and connects you to the earth, that's priceless. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about survival, it's about thriving. Jim and Rob aren't just growing food, they're growing medicine, community, and freedom. Todd described walking through his food forest as food for the soul. There's something profoundly healing about being surrounded by life, by plants that clean the air, attract pollinators, and produce food and medicine without poisonous inputs. Jim even talked about how dandelions, yes, those weeds you probably spray with Roundup, are powerful immune-boosting herbs. You can dry them, make tea, or even pan-fry them. Todd's idea. Dandelion fritters, anyone? The point is, the pharmacy is in your backyard, if you let it grow. And let's not forget the biggest threat to our food freedom, HOAs and government overreach. Todd fought his HOA for months to get approval for his food forest, but here's the thing, he won. Because growing food is a right, not a privilege. Food Forest Abundance even has a legal template to help you push back if your HOA tries to stop you. As Mike Adams pointed out, gardens are never ugly, even if they don't look like a golf course. Real beauty is functionality, life, and abundance. Now for those of you thinking, this sounds great, but I don't know where to start, Rob and Jim have you covered. Food Forest Abundance offers free strategy sessions where their designers will assess your land, recommend the best plants for your climate, and even help you install it if you want. They're also launching Freedom Farm Academies, hubs where communities can learn, grow, and share food together. Imagine schools, churches, and neighborhoods turning their land into edible landscapes, where kids pick their breakfast from the garden instead of eating processed junk. That's the vision, and it's happening now. But here's what really blew my mind. This is about more than just food. It's about reclaiming our humanity. Jim said, "We have declared that we are free. We do not comply with any government. No taxation, no permissions. We simply voluntarily steward the land and serve our community with our surplus. That's decentralization in action. This is how we opt out of the poisoned, centralized food system and build resilience in our own lives. And the best part? You don't need to be an expert. As Mike said, nature is forgiving. You'll make mistakes, but the plants will teach you. The earth wants to grow food. We just have to get out of its way." So what's your next step? Start small. Get some heirloom seeds, plant a sweet potato slip, or set up a small herb garden on your balcony. If you've got space, contact Food Forest Abundance and get a custom design for your property. And if you're feeling really ambitious, gift a food forest to a family member, a school, or your church. Todd is doing exactly that. He's installing a food forest for his daughter as a legacy of freedom and abundance. That's how we change the world, one plant at a time. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. The most radical act of rebellion right now is growing your own food. It's decentralization in its purest form. You're taking back control from the corporations, the governments, and the poison pushers. You're creating real wealth, not just in your bank account, but in your soil, your health, and your community. And you're connecting with something deeper, the wisdom of the earth, the rhythm of the seasons, and the joy of true abundance. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and plant something. Your future self and your family will thank you. And who knows, you might just find that the garden is where the revolution begins. Stay free, stay curious, and keep growing. This is BrightLearn, signing off. But the movement is just getting started. Food forests for freedom. Let's make it happen.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between guests Jim Gale and Rob Younkins and decentralized TV hosts Mike Adams and Todd Pittner on March 25th, 2025. The full interview is available at Brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.